After selling the screenplay for True Romance and headlining his first film, Reservoir Dogs, the young man born on March 27, 1963, in Knoxville, Tennessee, was ready to push the creative envelope and fill the world with cinematic glee with his magnus opus. This film would later spawn a subgenre and embed itself into the zeitgeist of a world ready for a change in its taste for authenticity in filming. The raw and gritty film follows a non-sequitur storytelling style that he developed with Reservoir Dogs and has perfected over the years as somewhat of a calling card. What set the filmmaker apart is his almost maniacal attention to character development and dialogue-driven narratives. The film is broken up into 3 stories and 7 episodes that are laid out in a disjointed, non-cohesive fashion. They start in the diner with a prologue scene. Then we move to 2 episodes that tell the story of Vincent Vega, Mr. Blonde's brother from Reservoir Dogs. Next, we get the Gold Watch story, again made up of 2 episodes. The Bonnie situation comes next, followed by the epilogue at the diner to wrap up the story. Chronologically, the Gold Watch scene is the first in the sequence of events that takes us on Tarantino's journey into the underbelly of a world filled with drugs, hitmen, and boxing, all while teasing the film's MacGuffin. This comes in the form of Marcellus Wallace's briefcase. Fans have theorized for decades what it held, including Marcellus Wallace's soul, the Holy Grail, or the diamonds that were stolen in Reservoir Dogs. Visually, the suitcase scene almost exactly mirrors scenes like the one in the film Kiss Me Deadly, and Tarantino has since come out and stated that its contents don't really matter to the disappointment of conspiracy theorists around the world.
I like the idea that you open up the briefcase in Pulp Fiction, and I don't tell you what's in there, but it's up to you to figure out what's in there, and now that's your movie, and you'll make that decision somewhere down the line. Now, if I tell you at this table what it is, then you'll throw that away, and I don't want you to throw away. That's your movie.
In the end, the story is one of redemption, incorporating a rewritten verse in the Bible. It comes from Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know I am the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon you. Jules first recites it in order to intimidate his victim, and then he extracts a deeper meaning, which in effect causes him to realize the folly of his association with Marcellus Wallace. This ends up saving his life, since he didn't end up joining Vincent Vega in his pursuit of Butch in the scene that ended in Vincent's demise. As a result of the film, a whole new subgenre was created that transformed how we make, watch, and talk about movies. It was a remix of old tropes in a new style. This trashy and gritty story recycles characters and storylines from 1,000 movies we've all watched in the past. After Pulp Fiction and its success, there was a seismic shift in the culture, and film creators dove in headfirst to tell their own stories in line with the framework Tarantino laid out. These include films like Boondock Saints, Suicide Kings, and Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. What's more, Pulp Fiction doesn't have a musical score, but rather a series of needle drops. Sometimes the characters sing along, and sometimes the music exists outside the situation, punctuating a dramatic event. This has unchained storytelling voices to open up a fresh and new approach to handling music in films. Another aspect of Pulp Fiction, and one that you can call one of the main themes, is postmodernism. Postmodernism is a rebellious idea that challenges the concept that there is only one reality and one big story to explain the world. One of the ways that we see this is in fact the way scenes are presented out of chronological order. It's a postmodern cacophony of multiple timelines and multiple perspectives. Others include scenes like the Jackrabbit Slim's dance contest, where he literally borrows scenes and pop culture to create new iconic moments. This scene is a mashup of all the culture that has impacted Quentin Tarantino over the years. It's one thing to follow norms and fads of the time, but another thing entirely to cherry pick the most lasting events and styles in film history. One is forgotten after a brief moment, and the other one endures the test of time. Tarantino knew exactly how to effectively craft a film with culturally significant points in history that spoke to us, mixed with his own brand of humor, drama, and storytelling. This, more than anything, is the reason that Pulp Fiction is still relevant today. What are your favorite moments and quotes from this film? What are other Tarantino films in your collection? Let me know. And as always, keep watching movies.